All right, UC is taking blue side, which is the top or the bottom? It's the bottom side. Oh, so they're the bottom of the universities and the bottom of the map. Oh, sorry, God, it was just too easy. Anyway, moving right along from that. Yeah, so that's UC on purple and ANU on blue. Oh, sorry, I got it wrong again straight away. ANU on purple, UC on blue.
That is absolutely correct.
Takes me a
UC
while.
will be fighting up, ANU pushing down.
Well, there you go. I'm glad I got the directions sorted. It would have been difficult to see. So we're almost at champ select, I believe. They didn't have to actually swap within the lobby, hopefully.
No, they didn't.
That's lucky, because that's a
Lucky for us.
tedious activity.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Alrighty. Players intensely looking at their screen.
Yeah, not
Going
too sure.
through their final moment strategies. Crunching the barred numbers. Waiting for Jimmy to join the game.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Definitely Caster's fault. Primarily Jimmy. But you know, he can't help it. He's on the spectator. Now we're actually probably ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Well, we're ready. Are they ready?
Are you ready?
No reaction. No, they've still got a bit of time before they get started.
Yeah,
I think mentally preparing themselves for this struggle of titans tonight.
We've even got coaches behind
Coaches, indeed,
giving
And
some advice that they desperately need.
I believe we have one player who's a coach. That's Ume Prime stepping in as their coach, and XX Dragon Slayer Awesome Sauce as the UC coach. That was not a made-up name. That is his actual in-game alias. I know. You're a top-level coach. I believe we have a Chiefs player. He can attest. He's actually the Chiefs coach. He's just being lent out tonight.
Yeah.
Chiefs, you know, gaming
Take it
lounge
out.
or whatever they're called. But he's from their Hearthstone division, actually. So, you know, he's just tosses up between the games.
Yeah, it's all in the
keeping
cards.
it fresh. Keeping it fresh. Heart of the cards.
Heart of the cards.
Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! Same thing. Blue Eyes, White Dragon. You know the
Don't go
gist. Players setting up here. As you can see, they're wearing those lovely headsets tonight. The SteelSeries ones, we've got some glowing blue, glowing orange. And it sounds as though the players are about to start. They're getting ready. I've had a confirmation from one. Whether or not you can trust a player's word, I don't know. Can you? You talk to a lot of players in the top scene. Can you
I
trust
do
their
talk
word?
to a lot of players, but they're iffy. A lot of them just don't turn up outright, and that really lets us down.
Yeah, so I heard there was a little bit of a no-show in the OCS of all places.
Yeah, between the Open Ladder and the Oceanic Challenger Series, two of the teams just didn't show. Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, strange.
Missing out on such a chance to perform at a higher level
Oh, well.
just before making it to
Auto
OPL, I believe
promotions.
it's next league. Yeah.
Auto promotions.
Silly boys. But here we go. Oh, we're into champ select. So what do you think we'll see? I think we might have a delay, or are we going to be able to see it live?
Champ Select should be alive. Should be.
Should be
Sure.
live. What do you think is going to happen here? What, we got a Trundle ban.
I reckon
So,
Trundle's going to get banned.
so there's the support Trundle gone.
Off the map.
Off
Trundle
the map.
is extremely strong. He steals the tank stats. He has a pillar, and if you do a 2v0 lane swap, then he pushes super fast. So that's going to be off the table for both teams.
And do you think that's a targeted ban there, that Zed? Because I believe one of mid laners is a Zed main.
IU Lovers does love the Zed, so that's going to be off the table right there.
Someone's excited about, Kindred ban.
Kindred.
Well, you said it was going to be a Kindred night, and it's been ruined already.
It's been ruined because Kindred is just a solid champion. She just performs in a role, she doesn't take much damage in the jungle, and she can sort of mind game the enemy when you come to take a look at your mark. You know, you might put it bot and then actually gank top. Super surprise.
That passive just comes into play.
Yeah. So it's going to mind game the enemy, but not in this game. Not in this game.
Well, that's good to hear. All right, so a Soraka ban. Can you explain that? Is there any reason?
Not particularly. Soraka is just an all-round annoying champion. Very annoying solo queue, so maybe this is the preference. It's going to take it off.
And Maokai gone, and Echo. I swear some of these are targeted bans. So the Maokai not so much, because you are saying he is definitely right in the meta now.
He is so strong, yeah.
Okay, but that Echo, is that a meta ban or
Yes,
is that a targeted
Echo is
ban?
so strong. With his new passive, he goes so fast, he makes your enemy go so slow, even slower with the Iceborne Gauntlet. So now that that's going to take an off the board, we're going to see some super tanks in the top lane.
All right, and there we go. Gragas. Is that a top lane Gragas or a jungle Gragas?
Could be either.
Could be either.
It could be either. He is a flex pick, so that Gragas could either go top, jungle. Either way, he's going to be super tanky. He's going to be that front line that you just can't rip through.
And that ulti, the displacement that he can provide to the team fight is just really quite vital, I think. When they group up and then suddenly, oh no, there goes my front line, there goes my back line, everything's ruined.
Good engage, good peel, just all-round amazing champion.
And he's got his own little disengage as well, or engage in that case. But you know, either or. So they're taking their time here. There's that Italy! Well, we spoke about this earlier, but you haven't got a chance to talk about it.
I want it to be locked in. I'm going to wait until it's locked in.
You want it locked in. You want it locked in.
It's going to be a lock in Italy.
Now, you have some great statistics and some great chat about this particular Italy. Now, who's going to be running with it? I believe
it's going to be Team ANU running with Nidalee.
Yeah.
This is going to be extremely important to watch. Because Nidalee is sort of this insurance plan where you just say, I'm just going to farm up just like you. Yep. If you pull out a successful gank, then you're going to get ahead. But if you don't, then I'm just going to murder you over and over again in your jungle.
Farm and farm. So a Nautilus pick, so I reckon that's Nautilus support. Is that right in saying that? It is a Nautilus support. And the IU lovers on the Ezreal, we spoke about that as well. He said he plays pretty aggressively, correct? So we're expecting some massive aggro plays.
Stonefall, I've actually spectated a few of your games. You go extremely aggressive on ADC, so we're not going to be seeing that. Because Ezreal, he can peel for himself, it's going to be no problem. You can go ham and then you can get out.
All right, good to hear. And there's Vindictive, do it. Lock in that Draven. We know you want to. And then the Lulu. We mentioned that as well. That should be Lulu mid lane, correct?
It should be a Lulu mid. Lulu mid is extremely strong because she's a safe. She bullies out her enemy. Once again, going to the Draven. Vindictive, mains Draven. Let's get some noise for him.
It's League of Dragon, people. It's League of Draven. If only we had... no one brought a Draven mask. That's actually slightly disappointing. That's the easiest cosplay of all. Just put on a Draven mask and walk around. Victor's locked in. Interesting.
Yeah, he just wants a quick victory.
So, is that a good matchup against the Lulu and mid?
It is. Victor is just an all-around strong pick. He doesn't have many counters, and he counters a lot of champions. He replaces what used to be Ziggs. So Ziggs just stands back and farm. Victor has more or less exactly the same. So it doesn't really show your hand in terms of what strategies you want to play, but he's extremely versatile.
So, we were talking about the Nautilus support, but now we've got to hover over the Alistair.
And Alistair's going to be picked up, so that's going to be a Nautilus jungle, actually.
Nautilus, well, that's interesting. I haven't seen that in a while. Is it as effective? Is it all right?
He still performs exactly the same as Nautilus did before. He is deadly with his lane ganks. Because you just stand in the brush, you wait for them to push onto you, and then you just hook them right out.
And you've got that auto attack stun, similar to like almost a Udi and Bear.
4 CCs.
Yeah, 4 CCs.
4 CCs.
So, finalising the lineups tonight, we have UC with Swordy top lane Nautilus. We were wrong about the jungle call. Gragas jungle, which is Hook you.
We swapped.
Oh, he swapped roles. Alrighty.
Okay.
It doesn't particularly matter. You guys have been swapping everything tonight and confusing and making our life hell. IU lovers in the mid lane with Victor, Stonefall running that Ezreal like you predicted, and a support Alistair being played by So What.
Yeah, this is going to be a really solid pick. It's going to have a lot of impact in the game. You're going to see that Malphite rip into people. That's going to be an instant knockup. You're going to see a Lulu ultimate onto the Malphite, second knockup. That's going to be so much easier to deal with.
All right, and that was UC, I believe, lineup. So
ANU.
ANU's purple team, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, ANU will be running a Lulu mid lane played by Zemplar, I believe.
Yep.
Sidestep God on the Malphite in the top lane. Nidalee played by Leet in the jungle, which we should hopefully see a bit of wreckage.
Hopefully.
Vindictive rocking that Draven.
League of Draven.
And the Z on a support Janna. Yep. But where's the character I wanted to see most of all? Bard.
Yeah, he was on both teams' playlists, so I'm really surprised that he escaped both pick and ban phase. That's just completely strange to watch.
It's disappointed me. I wanted to see the 100% win rate Bard either do something amazing.
He doesn't want to ruin it.
No, he doesn't want to ruin it.
He wants to keep that in his pocket.
It was only solo queue Bard, but we did say earlier today that their solo queue comfort picks may or may not come into play. Looking at Vindictive, that definitely has Leet as well, running the Nidalee in the jungle. But I think, was it UC's kind of surprises, minus the Ezreal on, on Stonefall there. So we were kind of expecting that. But the top lane Nautilus is definitely one that we weren't even contemplating, I don't think.
Nautilus top is a pretty standard pick. We just didn't expect it to come out for this team.
Yeah.
He just has so much tank. And there's a downside. He usually doesn't win into many matchups, but given this, you have a Nautilus on your team. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all the advantage you need.
So they're running him purely for that strong CC.
For the late game team fights.
Nice. So we won't see him absolutely dominate the top lane in any way, shape, or form. He'll just sit back, farm, or will he run through the jungle?
Well, you know, he can still lane very well with the Gragas, because if the Gragas comes, he can set him up with so much CC. Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, we'll see what happens in that top lane. It's going to be interesting. He is up against, we believe, the Malphite. So who wins in that exchange every
Nobody.
time? Nobody.
Nobody wins in that fight. It's just going to be a wet noodle fight.
Two rugged, giant-looking characters just slapping each other softly.
Not
with wet
taking
noodles.
any damage, getting healed up for it. Yeah, it's going to be fairly boring in the top lane.
What about our mid lane here? The Lulu-Victor matchup. You're expecting the Victor to come away
Victor does have more
victorious?
damage, but Lulu, she is extremely safe. She can put a shield on herself. She can escape that long-range laser by just making herself move fast. She's got the poke of her own with that glitter lance, so she can hold her own into the Victor.
Alright, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
So it should be fairly even. Now, the jungle matchup, Gragas, Nidalee. Are we going to see that Nidalee invade and steal away all of Gragas' farm?
That was a problem with Gragas before. He just had a lot of problems when it came to clearing the jungle. He cleared pretty slow. Now that they've given quality of life changes a couple of patches ago, he can clear pretty much as fine as any other jungler.
Alright, looks like we're getting into it right now. The game is loading up, so we should see, I was moving back to that Gragas, he does have a slower clear, obviously, than the Nidalee. Self-heal, great damage, so it should be good to see. The game is loading up now, so we're going to slightly relax our feet a bit and sit on down here and let you guys be able to see the screen fully. Every time you smack those beautiful lips, Jimmy, you make a noise.
I can't help it. I was born with it.
Our audio-visual people are freaking out about it slightly. Alright, well, while this loads in, I might quickly crack open an ice-cold Red Bull to sate my thirst. I believe that's an